Yo, 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 what's good, people? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Manchester United roundup of the day's latest news. How are we all doing today, guys? Thank you very much for joining us. Get in there, my son. Thank you for getting in here. Do us a favour and smash that like button on it if you're just joining us at the start of the stream, and get yourself involved in the live chat as well throughout as we go. It's a fully interactive show, my friends. So have your say throughout. Have your safe route. Got a bit of traffic going on beside my house right now. Apologies. And get involved. It's like I say, we're going to get into all the latest stuff that's going on at Manchester United today. So thank you for joining us. Let's see who we've got in here. Wiggy, how you doing, my friend? Great to see you. Stephen Carr and Eddie O2. Lalu Pato, how you doing? I haven't seen you for a bit, mate. Good to see you. Ong Mayo O, Nikolai Lindquist as well. Alison Warwick. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for getting in here. So, the latest on the current situation with Manchester United. Lots of different reports coming out today, particularly from Manchester Evening News here, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is essentially sort of on borrowed time at Manchester United, and that the board have made a private decision to get rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the wheel sooner or later. That is what has been reported from a few different outlets, that there's already been a sort of private decision and that the wheels are effectively in motion. So unless there's some sort of a miraculous series of results from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it seems like they're already planning for the next person that's coming in. This is if you believe the reports that are being bandied around by the likes of Manchester Evening News and ESPN, etc. today. So here's the latest report. So Manchester United have started their succession planning to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager, with Leicester City coach Brendan Rodgers their preferred candidate. Manchester Evening News understands United have privately decided a change of manager will be required following the morale-crushing defeats to Liverpool and Manchester City. It is still unclear when the club intends to sack Solskjaer as they mull over an arrival time for a replacement. A senior club source has indicated Solskjaer could remain manager until the end of the season amid a lack of a readily available replacement. Rodgers, 48, is under contract at Leicester until June 2023, and United would have to agree on a fee with Leicester to release Rodgers and pay compensation to Solskjaer for his dismissal. Solskjaer only signed a 3-year contract in July. So this is what's been reported, guys, is that there's already essentially a feeling that Solskjaer might not be the man to take United forward to trophies and to get us the success that we're supposed to be getting with the investment that we've had over the last few seasons, to be fair, which is large with the quality players coming in. So it's no surprise. The only thing that surprises me about this sort of report, really, if you believe it anyway, is that Brendan Rodgers is supposed to be the successor or the most favourite to come in. And if you look at with the odds makers and the bookies right now, he is still the most favourite. I just do not understand the Brendan Rodgers link at all. Fucking Brenda is going to take us over, ex-Liverpool scummer. No, thank you very much. So I'm not too keen on that one. Zinedine Zidane, this is what we're going to get into right now, guys. By the way, thank you everyone who's joined us. 50 of you legends in here already. Smash the like button, get involved, have your say. Let me know what you guys think. Exactly S. Van B. He says you can't have an ex-Liverpool manager. That should just be ticked off the list right there. Has he once managed the Scummers at some point in his history? Yes, in which case he cannot be United manager. You know, has he got some sort of affiliation with Steven Gerrard? Yes, in which case he cannot be United manager. You know, has he shaken hands with Jamie Carragher before? Yes, he cannot be United manager. You know, this should just be an absolute given. So, in all honesty, though, it's true. You know, you shouldn't be going off there. He wasn't good enough for Liverpool. They got rid of him. And, you know, obviously Klopp came in and why are we going off of their scraps? We're feeling out of their bins now, are we? You what? So it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, at all. And if you look at what he's done last couple of seasons at Leicester, although good, it's not excellent. It's not amazing. He's not won the Champions League or the Premier League or anything like that. In fact, he's not even managed to qualify for the Champions League last couple of seasons with that Leicester side. So Brenda Rodgers can do one as far as I'm concerned. That is not on my list. Now, in regards to Zinedine Zidane, though, there's lots of sources to come out and say here that Zidane is, you know, definitely on Manchester United's agenda here as a potential replacement. So Duncan Castle's reporting that Manchester United have made progress in their attempt to persuade Zinedine Zidane to succeed Solskjaer. Zidane is attracted to the opportunity of managing Cristiano Ronaldo and Raphael Varane, but his wife isn't keen on the move. So this is, I think, is it Veronique? Zidane, his wife, is not too keen on the move to Manchester. It's not the most, if you're coming from Madrid or have been, playing in Turin or something, I guess it's weather-wise and stuff like that, maybe not the most favoured climate for his missus, it turns out. I mean, if that's the case, then I can understand it. It's also been reported previously that Zinedine Zidane isn't even that crazy about the idea of going for the Manchester United job, to be fair. But different reports coming in. Manchester Evening News reporting also that Zinedine Zidane is warming to the idea of taking the United job. So he's according to a report, claims United have made progress in their attempt to lure Zidane to Old Trafford, and the Frenchman is now tempted by any offer which comes his way. It is suggested his previous experience of working with Ronaldo, Raphael Varane, can play a huge part in any deal. So, I mean, we've gone over this quite a lot recently. I'll get your thoughts on it in a moment. I'll get into the live chat just a second on this topic, but I'll just give you my thoughts. I mean, why are we being linked with Brendan Rodgers when there is somebody like Zinedine Zidane available? We should definitely be trying to get him. Whether or not we can is another story. He might not want to come to Manchester United. There might be too many difficult details to work out. Who knows? But in terms of ideal candidates right now, there's not one that's currently available to either succeed Solskjaer now or maybe in the summer. But right now it seems like it's just going to be the same old faces. So Zinedine Zidane, though, of the picks of them, is probably the most ideal candidate just because of what he's won in terms of Champions League trophies and actually getting a Galactico team of players to perform well in an attacking fashion with an attacking system. That is sort of what we're going for. So that's all you can really base it on. I talked about that a lot recently. I don't want to bore the tits off of you, but for me, Zinedine Zidane makes the most sense out of who's currently available because he's actually got the credentials of winning major things. And plus, he's a big ego, he's a big character, and he'll stick that slab on you if you even mention Marco Materazzi to him or step out of line, probably. He is a big character in the dressing room. And I think that, nobody's going to respect a player more than Zinedine Zidane if you're in that dressing room because he's one of the greatest players of all time. So in terms of just having an instant impact of having somebody that can go into that dressing room and say, listen, you've been playing like a bunch of wet tits. Let's sort you out. Let's get you playing like a proper side. We're going to do things my way or the highway, and that is that. And my name's Zinedine, and if you don't like it, I'll stick the old Glasgow kiss on you like I did to Marco. So that's sort of person that we need in there. Solskjaer's sort of too nice, and he doesn't have the credentials of winning anything. Brendan Rodgers is a nice guy. He's a cheesy bastard, but he's a nice guy, right? Yeah, okay, fine. He's a wonderful human being and a really wonderful technician and a great guy. But the problem with Brendan is he's not got the credentials of winning the top things either. I'm not interested in doing the Invincibles in the Scottish League or doing what he's done for Liverpool or even for Leicester City. It's decent, it's all fine, it's good, it's fine and dandy, but it ain't great. I'm looking for exceptional to come and take over at Manchester United now. Right, let's get into the live chat and see what you guys think about all this Zidane talk and Brendan Rodgers talk, because it seems like those are the two clear people that are sort of taking the forefront of runners to maybe succeed Solskjaer at some point. We don't know the technicalities behind it, or even if Zidane and Brendan Rodgers are really interested in the job. And I imagine Brendan would be, but we don't know the sort of technicalities behind it. But at this moment in time, that is how it seems, is that we've got a couple of people in line. You've also got Ten Hag. There's also talks of maybe Ralph Rangnick. You've got some people there that maybe could also come in. But it seems like Zidane, Brendan Rodgers would be high on the list. So let's see what you guys think about it. Danny Hustle. Hello, Danny, mate. Good to see you. He says, mate, Glazers will not choose Zidane and Ten Hag, mate. These two will expose the Glazers. Zidane called out Perez so many times. It's a very good point, Danny Hustle. It's a very, very good point, sir. I mean, they have previously appointed people like Jose Mourinho, who is quite an outspoken manager. We know how that ended for them as well. He did sort of speak out, and it didn't end too well for him. He obviously got the sack as well. It's a good point, Danny. I mean, I think maybe for somebody like Zinedine Zidane at this moment in time, they might make a slight exception. But you're right. You're definitely right to a large degree. The Glazers just want a yes-man puppet in there who they can pull the strings off. It doesn't really step out of line. So that's a fair point you've just made, Danny. Does Zinedine Zidane really fit that? I mean, maybe not. G-Wolf United says Brendan can fuck off in a burrow of the Foxes. Wow. Like the fantastic Mr. Fox dude. Fair play to you, G-Wolf United. I mean, that's sort of how I feel about him as well. Stay at Leicester City. It's about the right size club for him. It's all about the right size manager for the right size club, isn't it? Manchester United is a mega club. We deserve a mega manager. He's not a mega manager. David Moyes was not a mega manager. He's a good manager. Look at what he's doing at West Ham. Look at what he did at Everton. Got the United job. Way too big of a job for him. Can't handle the week-to-week pressures of managing a huge club, of actually having expectations, need to win everything and challenge for all trophies. There's different levels to this game, and Brendan Rodgers is more in the David Moyes level than he is, the Alex Ferguson level, the Jose Mourinho level, the Pep Guardiola level. We need somebody more akin to that sort of standard of manager, and he does not impress me at all. But Zidane would be pretty good. Anyway, who knows? Maybe he wouldn't. There's also a risk there. He's not managed, I should say, in England or any other league other than La Liga and in the Champions League. But in the Champions League, they've done brilliantly. So, Alison Warwick says he couldn't head but slab head. He just set the slab head on you. He couldn't headbutt slab head, to be fair. That's like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, isn't it? With Zinedine Zidane headbutting the slab. My goodness. The special one says Ten Hag in. That's a great shout as well in terms of stylistically. Maybe it's a big step up to a club like Manchester United, but Ajax, as Rio was talking about the other day, is a big football club. G-Wolf United, he says, Brendan, oh, sorry, I read that one, didn't I? Jed, how you doing there? Says Zidane isn't class coach because Ronaldo left, then he left, then he came back. His true colours started, and Real were failing, and he left before he was fired. Fair play, Jed, but you still have to say, though, that with those, all the right pieces of the puzzle there, he did manage to put it together. You can't really dispute that. Yeah, he might have had Ronaldo and Varane and all these guys that we've talked about, but he still had to get them to play like a team, and he still had to get them to win successive Champions Leagues and all the rest of it. It's very impressive. I'm not saying that he could do it in the Premier League. I'm just saying I'd rather go with somebody that's got some credentials of doing it at the top level than somebody who hasn't right now. But yes, Jed, that's a great shout though. Absolutely. Sean B, how you doing, my friend? He says, have to say Brendan is a better manager than Ollie, but not sure if he's the right man for the job. One thing I do know is we need to make the decision correctly, as we can't keep chopping and changing managers. Yeah, I mean, maybe Sean, maybe he is a better manager than Ollie, but it's only marginal in my opinion. Okay, he has won the FA Cup. He did go over to Scotland and win the league there, and yeah, that was fine. And he did okay. Didn't he finish second with Liverpool? Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? Slippy G season, right? That was Brenda. I think so. So, yeah, okay, you make a point, but at the same time, he's only got more experience. It's not like he's got massive success. Yeah, he's won a cup, he's won a Scottish League and all the rest of it in Scotland. Solskjaer's won a cup in Norway. It's comparable. Or a league in Norway, it's comparable. Whereas, Solskjaer just hasn't got that level of experience. But actually, if you look over the last 3 seasons in the Premier League, I've said this a lot as well, but Solskjaer, if you're getting into the technicalities, Solskjaer finished above Brendan Rodgers in the last 2 seasons, and Brendan Rodgers failed to get Champions League football, whereas Solskjaer did get Champions League football. He also got to a Europa semi and a Europa League final, losing on penalties. Not exactly, complete lack of ability to get to the latter stages of tournaments, but still the secondary tournament you want to be in, not good enough. But I just don't think, fair enough, you might be right. Brendan is more experienced. He has been there, he's done that, he's coached in a lot of places, he's been to Spain, he's got the experience, he's done all sorts of things. But the thing is, he's still not proven to win at the top level like we need. Give it to Moisey, says Fiona Gardner. No! Bring back the Ginger Goblin. Could you imagine that? That would be one of the worst things ever in my life. Come on, surely nobody wants Moisey in. Although, like I say, he is doing a very good job at West Ham. You can't really deny it. Excellent job last season, and he seems to have sort of compounded on that, built on that this season, and the guy's just taking him forward even more. But again, he was good at Everton, wasn't he? Everton's the right size club for David Moyes. West Ham's the right size club for David Moyes. Manchester United's a Goliath of a club. He can't control this football club, it seems. It was too big of a jobb for him. It's too big of a job for almost anybody. Look at all the guys who've come in since post-Fergie. Nobody's been able to make a real go of it properly. We've had some short-term success with Jose, but really, they've all had a bit of a Billy Bottle job at this football club. So it's pretty hard. It's a hard job to come into. It is a poison chalice. You do have shit owners, and it is difficult to get everybody performing. Even though you've got great players, you still got to get them to perform as a team. And if there's some bad characters in there, or some hangers on, or some players you've got to get rid of and get some more in, it's not the easiest task at hand, is it? Low Fat Mofat says Stevie G didn't slip. He dummied it for Demba Ba. The thing that currently United squad is missing is specific style of play. I believe Zidane has style of play. Abdullah, thank you, Abdullah Kamara, for your comment. It's a good comment you make. You look at how his team played at Real Madrid. 4-3-3, attacking football, Cristiano Ronaldo doing Billy Bits up the top there. We would like to see that sort of football at Manchester United. They didn't win all those trophies and have that incredible few seasons for nothing. They're playing good football. They're playing attacking stuff. They're dominating teams. They're beating teams. Gareth Bale scoring overhead kicks in finals and all the rest of it. Mad stuff. Mad scenes. I mean, yes, the players there were insane. He's got a team full of Galacticos. But at United, we're starting to get there too. You have a lot of great top quality players in there. And maybe Zidane could do wonders for a player like Paul Pogba. We talk about how much of a world-class player he is on his day, which doesn't come often enough. But what if Zinedine Zidane was had the ability to get the best out of Paul Pogba? If anybody can, maybe Zinedine can. He's a Frenchman. He's also a sort of an elite level-minded player. He can relate. All that sort of stuff. It might actually be the making of somebody like Paul Pogba. And then you've got Ronaldo and Bruno and Cavani and all the rest of it. There's some world-class players in there. Surely Zidane would be able to get a lot out of them. If you get Rodgers, can bring him Didi with him and send Pogba to PSG, says Connor Matthews. Now, that's a really good idea, actually. And Wilfred and Didi is exactly what we need. But to get Brendan Rodgers to do so is a bit extreme. The Vutinator, my friend, he says, let's try Brendan. And if that doesn't work in 6 months, let's try Ten Hag. And if that doesn't work in 6 months, let's try Mickey fucking Mouse. That would probably work. Oh, no. I love it, the Vutinator. I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a chop and change merry-go-round these days in the Premier League, isn't it, in general? United are one of the best clubs for that, really, because at least even if we have a manager who's struggling, we sort of do give him time. Moyes is the exception. He only got like 8 months in the job. But certainly Louis had a couple of seasons, Jose had a good couple and a half, and Solskjaer's had a few now with his interim, if you count that as well. So we don't exactly chop and change managers like the likes of Chelsea would, for instance. They wouldn't actually have accepted the level of sort of mediocrity that we've had over the last couple of years, because their owner is a bit more ruthless, to be fair, and they're a lot more ambitious. That's the key word, is they actually want to win, and if they don't win, then they're really not happy about it, and they want to make changes in order to win. That is the big difference between our owners and, say, a club like Chelsea's, is that our owners are just sort of content pootling along and getting the Champions League qualification places and just being competitive. And that's basically it. They don't really not too bothered about actually spending that extra cash to get what you need to win the league. I think that's evident by not signing a CDM after Ronaldo this summer, because that's all we needed, really, and we'd have been set. You can't believe Joachim Low hasn't been mentioned, says FIFA Man. I think it's because of his disgusting bodily functions, my friend. He always scratching himself and sniffing himself. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for your football club, mate. He's a dirty man. Oh, guys, there's over 100 of you in here right now. Thank you so much for getting in here. Keep getting involved. I'm going to cover the latest stories real quick for a minute, but do get yourself involved in the live chat and smash the thumbs up button on the video. Let's see if we can smash 100 likes on the stream, and have your say in the live chat. If it's your first time here, smash the subscribe button. We're on here every day giving you all the latest United news in a no bullshit way. So subscribe if you're new. Click that little bell icon as well. Give it the Luis Suarez pen end treatment. And click the bell so you get notified when we post and go live as well. Right then. So let's get into the latest stuff then, lads and lasses. So we talked about that. Manchester United seem to be, perhaps looking to move on from Solskjaer, if you believe the reports that are being bandied around by the likes of ESPN and Manchester Evening News today. So we've apparently started our succession planning to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager. Even if it comes at the end of the season, it's understood that privately the board have already sort of put the wheels in motion, essentially. This is what's been reported by the MEN and some other sources. Take it with a pinch of salt, lads and lasses. How do they really know? But essentially, it wouldn't surprise me if they've sort of had these talks and gone, you know what, maybe the right guy just isn't available right now. It's going to cost us a bit too much money to do it right now, as well as maybe a factor, because let's face it, it's the Glazers we're talking about. And maybe that's why they're just biding their time, sticking with Solskjaer, accepting mediocrity this season. And when the right man is available, they will strike and they will sack Solskjaer and they will appoint somebody else. Maybe they've talked and discussed things further with Zinedine Zidane, but at this moment in time, there's a certain level of just sheer speculation to it. I mean, Duncan Castle's reporting that United have made progress in an attempt to persuade Zinedine Zidane to replace Solskjaer, and a few other outlets too, but it doesn't mean that there's any actual basis for it, really. So, Ed Woodward has made a statement as a report claims Man United working on Solskjaer's sack. Manchester United Ed Woodward has insisted that on-field success is the top priority at the club, amid a fresh report putting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's future in further peril. So basically, talking to ESPN, he said, while these financial results today demonstrate our resilience through the pandemic, our top priority is success on the pitch, right? So if anybody doesn't know, some financial reports were released, and revenues have basically increased by 16% to £126.5 million over the last calendar year. So, or the last financial year, I should say. So, that is... that's down to, I guess, there being tickets available, people going to games, of course, and that kind of thing, and obviously Ronaldo signing and some commercial stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, if you actually look at the debt level, the reason I'm talking about this, because you look at the debt level at the football club, it's exactly the bloody same as what it was last year. Okay, the debt has gone down a few £1 million. Literally a few £1 million, but the club is still £439.7 million in debt. Let's get those fucking hashtag Blazers out in the live chat, guys. They've owned this club for, what is it now, 16 years or something? Maybe not quite, but a long time. 2007 was it when they came in? I can't actually remember. Somebody remind me. I have a shocking memory, but around there, right? And they still got this club in £439.7 million worth of debt. What a shambles. Honestly, what an absolute shambles. Green and gold until the club is sold. These guys are scum. But anyway, right, so we made a bit from that Daniel James deal, yada, 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 all the rest of it. Wages have also gone up, though, 23% to £88.5 million due to the arrivals of Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo and Rafael Varane. £88.5 million on wages. Holy shit balls. Anyway, United revealed that revenues have increased 16%. So, yeah, so overall, there's some healthy financial reports there from Eddie Woody Woodward, but he did say that, he to quote him, he said that, the on-field success of United is the top priority. That's not really saying anything about Solskjaer, the current situation. It's just really saying, yeah, on the field is where we really care about. Here's our financial reports. Yeah, we've made more money, but we actually care about on the pitch. But it's not true, is it? Anyway, so there you go. Lots of different reports coming out as well that the board privately decided to sack Solskjaer. Here's another one from the Express. I won't go into it. Basically says more or less the same as what the other ones have said. So it was 40, sorry, to move on, before I move on, 440 million. 440.6 million was the debt we were in this time last year. And now we're in 439.7 million. So 900k less. I suppose that's progress. By that level of interest payments or whatever, then we will probably have paid this off by about 2,555, maybe. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, isn't it? This club being debt free in the middle of the fucking who knows. So there you go. So yeah. So Samuel Luckhurst comes out and says that United are also privately decided that. Basically, obviously from MEN, he also said about Ed Woodward, something. Oh, hang on. No, he's got a quote here from Ed Woodward, which has just said, while these financial results today demonstrate our resilience through the pandemic, our top priority is the success on the pitch. The manager, players, and everyone at the club are determined to achieve that objective. So that is actually the full quote, my bad. So the manager, players, and everyone at the club are determined to achieve that objective. So there is some sort of level of, what's the word? Backing, I suppose, there for the time being of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there from the Chief, from Chief Woody. But essentially, it's massively up in the air what goes on with Solskjaer. He can be the master of his own destiny as well to a degree. If he loses the next couple of games, he's surely getting sacked. If he wins the next 5 games in a row, then, hey, he could be absolutely rosy and looking fine right at the top of the Premier League still. So he is in control. He has got a squad capable of beating Watford and even capable of beating Chelsea and Villarreal and these teams. Like, we could do it. It's just that based on how we've played this season, based on the progress we've made, the style, how we've gone about it, how convincing we've looked and the confidence and everything, it's not realistic that we're going to do that. So maybe they should have made the change before the rot truly sets in. But this period of games will be the reveal of that. Okay, right. By the way, Mino Raiola, what an absolute gobshite. He's come out and said some stuff as well. So Raiola aims dig at former Man United players after Paul Pogba question. So he was just asked about Paul Pogba because... Crikey, mate, it seems like he's going to be leaving in the club some point in the future. You just don't know. I mean, obviously, he's injured at the moment. There's pics of him today, rehabilitating and training and stuff like that. And small steps. He was obviously injured out for a while. But it seems like there's obviously some interest from other clubs like PSG, etc., that have been sniffing around him previously. But Raiola took the opportunity to aim a dig at former United players for their obsession with the France international, but then also teased we are approaching the month for dreaming, a possible hint of a transfer. He said this: dreaming is free. I don't forbid anyone to dream. It's good. Raiola told Tuto Mercato Web. He said, then let's see if they come true. December is the month for dreaming, with Christmas and the holidays. It's still too early. Let's see what happens. This guy's a right douchebag, isn't he? I mean, he's just being so cryptic here and saying, essentially, yeah, he's dreaming for a transfer move away and Pogba's dreaming for a transfer move away. This is essentially what he means. He said this as well. He says, we don't know why, but when we talk about Pogba in England, even the dead wake up. Some former Manchester United players, if they don't talk about Pogba and me, they don't talk about anything. So it's better not to talk about it. So, basically, rather than actually saying, yeah, we're considering or saying anything, it's basically just insinuated that the ideal scenario would be a dream move away from Manchester United. So, do you know what? I just wanted to mention it. It doesn't really mean anything. I mean, who knows what's going to happen there? Will Man United protect their asset and sign him up to a new big contract, which he does not deserve? Or will we just cut our losses and get rid of him on a free at the end of his contract? It remains to be seen. I would do the latter. Let's have a little vote in the live chat, though. Would you give Pogba a new contract, or would you just let him go on a free? Right, new contract or free? In the live chat, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to have a look at the live chat real quick, see what you guys are saying. New contract for 400k a week? Or see you later on, son, on a free transfer. Bye-bye. Go and join PSG and be shit for them. Hey, Talk MU lad, he says free. Hey, thank you, Talk MU, for getting in here, bro. Good to see you. Ashley Jenkins says free. Will says free. Neil Duffin, great to see you, my friend, says never a new contract. Mark Coughlin says no. Absolute legend, Neil. How you doing? R King says free. Nikolai says free. Eddie Trooper says free. Christopher says Pogba can sling his hook. Free says Francois Coq. New contract says the big guy. Okay, finally somebody said new contract. Fair enough. Let's just play devil's advocate for a second, because me personally, I don't really want Paul Pogba to stay at United based on his performances for us and how much he's on and his role that he's got in the team. I genuinely think that he's kind of just like shackling us in that area, because if we didn't have him, we could have somebody else. It's as simple as that. We could have gone and bought somebody else. We could have a different player there who is prepared to battle every single week for us and puts in consistent performances and is more of a Man United player. Like, that would be better for us. And he sort of just takes up that role in our squad, and he's good enough on paper and all the rest of it, and sometimes he's great. So he sort of warrants a place in the team, and he's on huge money, so you kind of got to select him if he's fit. But he doesn't perform to a good enough standard, so he's just hindering us, and he's just hindering somebody else being in that position who could actually be better for us. So that's the only reason I would get rid of him. It's not because he's not a good player. It's not because United, United will lose out on this deal. We paid £89 million for this guy, and we're going to let him go for nothing. It doesn't make much financial sense, but it also, sometimes you just got to cut your losses and say, well, if you bought a house in a property boom for £1 million, and there's a big drop or the bottom falls out the market and suddenly it's worth 100k, but it's going down and down and down and down and down and down and down, and you can get out and you've got another place to go which isn't doing that, and you can get out before it drops to zero or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't you just cut your losses at some point? We're paying him big money to perform like shit. Hey, we got a super chat here from Stephen Carr. Thank you very much, Stephen Carr, for getting in with your $4.99 super chat, my friend. He comments, the club went and got Ronaldo, so we might as well go all in to win now. Zidane would give us the best chance to win the Champions League, while Ronaldo is here, in my opinion. Fantastic shout. And as we talked about, some of the prima donnas in the team, well, not necessarily prima donnas, but some of the big characters in the team as well, like, huge standard, huge name players such as Paul Pogba and Cavani, Ronaldo and Bruno. These sorts of guys, they could do with somebody like that, couldn't they? Zinedine Zidane, somebody who's just this sort of mercurial talent, this man as a player and a manager who's got the CV of winning things and is going to do it in an attacking fashion. And those guys would all like that, I'm pretty sure, playing for Zinedine. just my theory. I don't really know that, but if I was a player and I could play under somebody like Zinedine Zidane, I think that'd be pretty awesome, just because of what he did as a player, but also what he's done winning a few Champions Leagues. If you look at that, you can't really deny it. Now, I'm not saying they wouldn't enjoy playing under Solskjaer, but Solskjaer, to a lot of these guys, is you know, he's not, to me and Manchester United fans, he's an absolute legend, but he's not up there in the pantheon of the greats in terms of the game of football with Zinedine. He is in the Premier League and he is for Manchester United, but just in terms of globally, I don't think you could argue that he is up there with Zinedine or Ronaldinho or Van Basten or any of these guys. Of course he's not. So it adds a different element to it. He's a big character and he's a big ego, and he'll probably get the best out of some big characters and big egos like Pogba and Ronaldo and all the rest of them. So I think it's a fair point, Stephen Carr. Some of these guys would like to play for him. They've already played for him. Rafael Varane has played for him. Ronaldo's played for him, and they've all done really well for him. So he's already got a couple of the pieces of the puzzle that he's already had previously. All he needs to do is come in and make some adjustments, you know, get us playing a 4-3-3, some attacking football, get the human Slabby Maguire out of the team, etc. Make a couple of changes, and, you know, he might be able to get us playing decent pretty quickly. But then again, Premier League, week to week, the grind, the different style of football, the different competitive nature in the Premier League, with there being 4, 5, 6, 7 quality teams that are fighting out for those top spots, it makes it a lot different than doing it just in La Liga, to be fair, where there's only 2 or 3 really top sides. But then again, look at his Champions League success. How many English teams did he dispatch on the way to those trophies in the Champions League with that Real Madrid team? So he can definitely do it. It's just whether or not he can do it consistently for Manchester United if he was to come in, which I think, out of all the guys that are available, he'd be the best one too. Thank you, Stephen Carr, for your super chat, my lad. I appreciate you. Football fan says your agenda against Pogba is unreal. I mean, the only agenda I have against Pogba is that he's just not really good enough for Man United. It's as simple as that. I have the same agenda against Harry Maguire because I think Harry Maguire is not good enough for Manchester United. They get paid a lot of money to represent the club and wear the shirt and perform to a certain standard, which I expect for a Manchester United player week to week. And if they don't do that, as a fan, I have my right to say, you know what, they're shit and they're not good enough for the club. So if you want to call it an agenda, you can. I don't really think it is an agenda. I think that they're shit and they're not good enough to play for Man United, and I don't really want them to play for Man United. So I can voice my opinion just like you can voice yours if you think he's the best player in the world. Just so you know, he ain't. But, you know, if you think that, that's fine. But I don't think he's anywhere near the standard for Man United. I've seen it for 5 years now. I've seen it under 2 different managers. I've seen him perform inconsistently throughout. You're not really going to change my mind on Paul Pogba. Even if he had 5 really great games in a row, I'm still expecting, based on patterns of behaviour, for him to have a really gash run again and just all to fall to pieces. That is sort of what's happened to Paul Pogba at this club. So, there you go. Tom Thompson says Pogba out, Fred out. But yes, absolutely. Talking to you says you won't find any agendas here, mate. Absolutely objective, my friend. Sean Dyche will save us, says Jason Adams. Oh, you want Super Sean to come and do you? Sean Dyche isn't going to save you again. I wanted Pogba out when I was manager, says the special one. Yeah, well, Jose Mourinho did not get on famously at all with Paul Pogba, you know, and I blame that, you know, a lot down to Jose, to be fair, because his management style is quite abrasive. But then again, you know, Pogba is kind of a volatile character himself, or can be. Certainly if him and his agent are saying stuff in the press, a manager could not like that very much, and that's how you see there was friction. But definitely Jose giving it the big one on the training ground in front of all the cameras and stuff. You know, he's a different style manager, Jose. You know, he's not the sort of guy to get the best out of Pogba. I thought Solskjaer would get the best out of Pogba because Solskjaer's the type of guy, he's the nice guy. He'll put your arm around your shoulder, give you a hug and a cuddle when you're feeling low and tell you that you're the best player in the world. But he had a great impact on Pogba to begin with, and I still maintain I think Solskjaer has got more out of Pogba than Jose did. But it's still not enough, and it's still not good enough. And I just put that down to Pogba now. We've seen a couple of different managers over 5 years try with Pogba in various different positions, in various different systems, different responsibilities and all the rest of it, and he's just not performed. Hey, Ellie, how you doing there today? Legendary moderator getting in here. Hope you're having a good day. Ellie, how was your thing today, by the way? Let us know on Telegram if you want. But yes, I hope it all went well, Ellie. Thanks for getting in here. Let's get some love hearts in there for Ellie today. Fergie99, how you doing? Says Pogba is awful. Sadly, it is true. For Man United, it is true. So for Juventus, he was good, and for France, he was good, but for United, he's shite. Let's just be real, guys. Let's be honest. What's the point of lying? Sometimes he's world class. Sometimes he's Paul Scholes in disguise. Other times, he's fucking Robbie Savage in disguise, mate. He's not up to the standard, is he? So let's be real. Inconsistencies is the problem. I'd rather somebody who was just decent every single week. And unfortunately, he can be amazing, but then he can be really just, what's the word? Like, inept. I don't know, there's lots of different words. Inept is one of them, but his performances are not up to the standard what we need. And he sort of plays within himself a lot. I think he's kind of a confidence player. I think he needs things to be right. I think he needs to be bang in the right mood, up for it, feeling good, feeling the opposition and all the rest of it, to be on form. And if everything's not exactly bang on, then I believe he has a sort of a tough time. Pogba not getting the support from McFred, says Anthony Evelyn. Okay, well, that's a fair point. You look at what he does for France. He's got Kante behind him. But still, though, I mean, you can't say that for the last 5 years. He's played in a lot of different positions over the last 5 years as well. And he's not really looked amazing in any of them, to be fair. I mean, okay, there was a spell for like 10 games where he played in the CAM after Solskjaer came in, and he did look really good there. But now we've got Bruno. You can't really accommodate Paul Pogba there and weaken us elsewhere by putting Bruno elsewhere. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So for me, Paul Pogba just takes up a place in the team where we could get somebody else in. Pogba is Mr. Inconsistent, says Jen Lol. Absolutely. Hey, we're 1 like away from 100 likes, guys. Thank you, everyone who smashed the thumbs up. Do hit the like if you're just getting in here. It's free to do. Boosts us up on the old YouTube algo. Gives us a stone cold stunner to those corporations and clickbait mouse as well. So hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. And smash that subscribe. Have your say in the live chat here. We're going to be on here for a little while. Right then, Talk MU comments, Rodgers will give us cryptic clues on how we improve, but Zidane gives us the answers. I like what you're saying, yeah. Listen, who wants Brendan Rodgers, guys? Let's just have a little vote in the live chat. So smash a 1 in the live chat if you want Brendan Rodgers. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you do not want Brendan Rodgers. So I'm going to smash a 2 because I absolutely do not want Brendan Rodgers at my club. He's a Liverpool melt and he's not actually even proven to win anything major. He is a good coach and his team play a decent style, but Solskjaer's outperformed him recently. Talk MU doesn't want him. I don't want him. I See Red People wants him. Ashley Jenkins wants him. Aaron does not want him. Connor does not want him. Dizzy and Wiggy do not want him. Oh, that's good. I'm very pleased with that, guys. Primot, Anthony, how you doing, Primot, today? Victor, I'm very pleased that most of you do not want Brendan Rodgers. That gives me some faith in the Man United fan base and the humanity on this planet. Get in there. You don't want Brendan Rodgers at this club. Thank you very much. Neither do I. What a terrible appointment that would be. Honestly, if they get rid of Solskjaer and appoint Brendan Rodgers, you know, I'm fucking done in a lot of ways. Obviously, I won't be done, but I mean, I would be so pissed off and just so angry that we've got this melt as our manager. I don't want that melt as our manager. So if we do appoint that melt as our manager, it would just be like a really annoying period of supporting United. And even like, you know, obviously I have to get behind him and support the team and all the rest of it, but it's just, I just don't feel like he would be the right captain to sort of take us in the ship in the right direction. So immediately, I will personally feel like we're off on the wrong foot. But anyway, anyone but Solskjaer, says Will. Right, okay, fair enough. But Solskjaer finished above Brenda last 2 seasons. I know Talking Me says Rodgers has never finished above Ollie, so how is he better? I think people actually think doing the Invincibles in the Scottish League means something. I think they actually think like winning some stuff in Scotland means something. That's what I think, Talk MU. It doesn't really mean all that much. Ollie won something in Norway, it's the same deal. So maybe not quite, but it is pretty much. Yeah, Brenda's won the FA Cup, nice one. Ollie got to Europa League final, only lost on pens, could have gone the other way, and you could be saying, well, Ollie's got a European trophy. It's just fine margins. So, yeah, we didn't get it, though. I get that. Anyway, Brenda's not the answer. He's not the answer. There's a bigger, better manager out there for Manchester United, and it is not Brenda. Roddy can't game. Hello there, my friend. He says, I just realised I was behind. Hey, Roddy, how you doing today, mate? Good to see you, man. He says, I love Zidane. I love to see Zidane headbutt some other managers. Exactly. Get Zidane in there. Give him the old Marco Materazzi treatment, dude. What a legendary thing that was. Do you know what? That was one of the first times I remember seeing memes around about that World Cup. Was that 2006? I remember seeing memes on YouTube of like different things. Zinedine Zidane, like Street Fighter Hadouken headbutting people and stuff. It was fucking epic. Man. Anyway, so yeah, nice one, Ruddy. That would be excellent. That would be truly excellent if he came in and started headbutting people. I agree. Neil Duffin, my friend, he says Rodgers too. By the way, name a match when Pogba was sublime. Okay, name a second. Says it all about Pogba. It's a fair point, Neil. I mean, I probably could name two, to be honest. I probably could name 2 or 3 or 4. But after that, Neil, I totally take your point on board because you're right. You can't think of that many more, can you? There was that City one where he came back in the second half and we won 3-2. There's that Leeds game start of the season where he got those 4 assists. There's a couple more, but it's really difficult. You're spot on, Neil. He's actually crumbled for us. Whereas think of somebody like, I don't know, just any other Manchester. Think of Bruno Fernandes. He's been here a lot less time than Pogba. But he's put in loads more memorable performances than Pogba. Way more match-winning performances, way more consistent performances, just way better performances in a way shorter spell. That's what you expect from players at Manchester United. So great point, Neil. Noel Ryder, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel, Noel. And also Funny Room TV, thank you for subscribing also. Yeah, if you're new, guys, hit the subscribe and smash the like. Ronnie Can't Game with a $2 super chat, my friend. He says, I think Piggy can do the job. Hey, look, let's go get my coaching badges and we'll talk to the board. Thank you very much, Ruddy Can't Game. Let's get some soul emojis in there for Ruddy. Thanks very much, guys. Canada won. Yes, Canada beat Mexico, didn't they, Ruddy Can't Game? Get in there, Canada, eh? Come on. Love that. Any Canadians in the live chat? Yes, Primot lad. Get in there, Primot. Primot lad, get in there. Come on. Let's get those Canada flags in there. Canada beat Mexico. They go to the World Cup. I think we have a disconnection issue. Sorry, guys. I think my thing disconnected for a couple of seconds there. Am I back? Smash a 1 in the live chat if I'm back, lads and lasses. I think I just had a slight disconnection for a second there. A bit of an issue. Give it a refresh, guys. Give it a refresh. I told you my internet's been playing up just a little bit recently. That's Richard Branson, buddy, hoovering upstairs for you or something. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, well, that was annoying. That's annoying, but I'm glad most of you are still here. So, yeah, do us a favour, though, because we lost a few people there. And smash that like button, guys. Let's see if we can get them back. So, let's get into it then. We got a couple more things to get into, guys, before I do get into the live chat for a bit of a Q&A here. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So yes, apparently Brendan Rodgers is the preferred candidate for Manchester to take over Manchester United. I just can't believe it. According to reports, Dean Henderson has expressed his desire to leave Manchester United permanently as well. Sky Sports News reporting earlier that Henderson wants to leave Man United. He's not getting opportunities. David De Gea is obviously the number one. We've sort of kept him for this COVID year. And now he's getting pissed off and wants to leave. It makes perfect sense. We should definitely allow him to leave. Maybe you could loan him out, I guess, because David De Gea is not going to be here forever. And Henderson is pretty young. He's only, 25, 26 or something like that. He's still got development, still got the best years of his career ahead. He has shown he's a good goalkeeper. But, you know, I'm not really bothered about him, to be honest. I'm just really not that bothered about him, to be fair, guys. I think he's good. But we've got a better goalkeeper in David De Gea, in my opinion. And so what is the purpose of really having him on a lot of money? I think he's being paid 120k a week. It's a lot of money to pay a backup goalkeeper to do nothing, really. So that's a decent shout as well, Will O. He says put a buyback clause in the deal. So you have seen United do that before. You know, we could sell him to a football club with a buyback clause in there. That's actually a really good shout. So in the future, in a couple of seasons' time, once David De Gea is gone, we could just go and get him back. That's actually a really good idea. Something like that could make sense. Okay then, guys. Right, so yes, I'm going to get into the live chat now, see what you legends got to say about anything that we discussed in the video. But if you're just joining us, basically United news is, so there's reports from the MEN and ESPN that behind the scenes, United have sort of privately decided to get the wheels in motion, to get Solskjaer out of the club, essentially, and that they're already talking to, you know, candidates such as Zinedine Zidane, Brendan Rodgers, etc. But it's just a case of nobody being available as of right now that they want or who they think is, sort of obtainable. Maybe because Leicester currently have Brendan Rodgers contracted and Solskjaer's under a 3-year contract, etc. So there's some payment issues on the go there if they were to sack and have to buy out the contract at Leicester and all the rest of it. And if Zidane doesn't want to come, we don't exactly know what's going on behind the scenes, but it seems like those two guys are linked quite heavily with the club, and Solskjaer is possibly going to get the sack soon. It depends on his recent form, doesn't it? If we beat the teams that we're coming up against in the next few games, every chance that he manages to stay on and, stay on for a while. But if we lose any of those games, I imagine that the pressure's just going to get too much and the board will have to make a decision and get rid of him. So I think it's pretty imminent that Solskjaer leaves. It's just whether it's now, whether it's January, whether it's end of the season. Like, there's still a lot of question marks in regards to when. But the only way he stays is if he goes on a great run now and wins something this season. And considering, we're in the FA Cup, we're in the Champions League, and we're in the Premier League, he's got to win one of those, and it's not the easiest to do that. And even if he wins the FA Cup, that just might not be enough. It depends on the league form and how we do in the Champions League and the other competitions. So he's bang up against it. I just don't see him doing it now, unfortunately, because of sort of how we've played this season with such a great squad. I hope we come back and he just surprises everybody and we just miraculously beat teams that we should be beating and then beat teams like Chelsea, etc. But it's a big ask with how we've been this season. It is. I've lost the faith, guys. I've lost the faith, and I had a lot of faith in the man. But I've lost the faith because we've been played so badly this season, haven't we? You can't really have blind faith. You've got to have faith based on something, and sadly, you look at what he's been doing and the decisions he's been making and the players he's had playing for him when he doesn't have to, i.e. Slabbington, Maguire and Fred and McTominay and all these guys. You just have to hang your head and go, what the hell is he doing? So there you go. Hopefully, the ideal scenario is he comes out after international break and we smash up every single team we face for the next month or two. But it probably isn't going to happen, and then you'll probably see another manager come in reasonably soon. I'm predicting Christmas. Let's get a little poll on the go. Let's get a poll on the go, guys. Predict the month that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer leaves. So it's obviously November now. Do you think he lasts until Christmas? So December, January? I think maybe he will get sacked in the month of December, to be fair, guys. He's got a few more games there. If we don't get the result against Chelsea as well, that's near the end of November. That's going to be a big body blow. It's a tough game. They're already 9 points ahead. If we don't win that one, we're basing out the title race. So I could see it happening in December and then maybe getting somebody in to allow them to have a January transfer window. Maybe get one player in, a couple of players out, etc. in the January window, get that CDM in and give it to somebody else to sort of maybe shape the team just a tiny bit in their fashion. Hey, what's going on there, Rebel? Thank you very much. Big up to yourself as well. And Anthony Evelyn, he'll be here till we drop out of top 4 contention. It's a decent shout, mate. I could see it happen. I could see him staying and the Glazers sticking with him just until that becomes impossible. Hey, the Saint, how's it going? Great to see you, the Saint. Good to see you, man. Oh, crikey. I've got a bit of gas today, guys. Sorry. Hey, get in there, the Saint, an absolute long-time channel member. He says, didn't Fred play amazing the other day for Brazil? Just saying, yeah, he did in that 0-0 draw. I mean, look, fair play to him. He is a good player. He does play well for Brazil. I mean, I didn't really watch much of the Copa America in the summer, right? But I understand that he played well in that tournament too for Brazil. So you got to say maybe there is just a common thing here. And maybe it is down to the team and the coaching style and the staff and the manager. Because you look at all the other players that playing for their international teams as well, and a lot of those guys do well for their nations. Scotty McTominay is really good for Scotland. Lindelof, generally really good for Sweden. Not quite the other day, but really good for Sweden. You've got, I was going to say Harry Maguire, but that is also true. I'm not impressed by him doing stuff against San Marino or Albania, but certainly in the European Championships and in the World Cup, Harry Maguire was great for England. You've also got Pogba, for France, and the list goes on. It is a common thing. So that is a big concern. If you actually consider those facts, these players, Fred included, all do better and look better for their international teams. I mean, maybe you could argue that they're just really good teams as well, those teams, and they're usually coming up against teams who are not as good as those teams. Like Pogba plays for France with Mbappe and all the rest of those unbelievable players. And then you've got Fred playing for Brazil with all those unbelievable players. Like, they are helped out on the international stage by having a great set of teammates too. But, they've also got that United. So the tactical problems are almost apparent from United. Vindula Cruz, hello there. How you doing, Vindula? Game Player Mods in here. How you doing? Great to see you. Victor Davies. Get your thoughts and opinions in, guys. So I've covered the stories now. We're going to get in and have a Q&A now. So I'm going to stick around for a good while. See what you guys think about anything we've discussed here in the vid today. Have your say. This is a platform for you legends to get your thoughts and opinions in and ask me anything. So have your say, dudes. Farzad, they say Fred is from Brazil. Is he really? He's not the most conventionally Brazilian player, is he? Let's be fair. If you were told he was from Stoke, you'd probably say, oh, that's Fred from Stoke. That makes sense. But no, he's not. He is from Brazil, yeah. He is a Brazilian player. He's not the most silky. He's not got the most vision. He's not the most skilled. He can't score. But he's definitely Brazilian, yeah. So Farzad, it's a surprise, I know. But he is a Brazilian player, yes, indeed. Jason Adams, hello Jason. He says, Pig, 2009 Milan had the best players ever to be included in a team. Dida, Zambrotta, Nesta, Inzaghi, Favali, Pirlo, Beckham, Seedorf, Ronaldinho, Maldini, Kaká. Oh, that's an incredible team, isn't it, my friend? That is just redonkulous. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is pretty insane. But what wasn't Fred playing in goal for Brazil, says Mark Coughlin. Will O says, Eric Ten Hag looks good at Ajax. Look at the team he's got and he takes the piss out of Dortmund twice and only conceded twice in the league. Great comment, my friend. Yeah, top in that Champions League group and also doing really well in the Eredivisie. Develops youth players, brings them through, has a style, plays attacking football. Really good point. I like Ten Hag as well, Will O. The only thing I don't like about him is, as I say again, United's such a huge profile job. I kind of feel like we need a really big, sort of well-known, established, massive reputation character. Not to say that he's not, but is he Zidane? Is he Klopp? Is he Pep? Is he, Jose or somebody of that stature? He's not really, let's be honest. How can a Brazilian can be as bad as Fred, says Farzad? It's confusion, isn't it? It's confusion. Okay, good question, actually. Good question. Who do you think the worst Brazilian player to ever play in the Premier League is? Right? Okay, it might actually be a Man United player, to be fair, because let's face it, Man United have had some shit Brazilian players over the years. Like, I don't know why, but we can't half-pick them. In terms of all the great players that United have had over the years, most of the Brazilian ones have been pretty bang average. Even Anderson back in the day. We had the Silva brothers, they were pretty decent, Rafael in particular. Good players, absolutely, yeah, they were good. But, fucking Kleberson or whatever, Kleberson, exactly. Chris Parker says Kleberson, exactly. There you go. Man United always buy shit Brazilians. Why is that? Why can't we buy good Brazilian players? We always end up with the really bang average ones. Oh, Robinho was shite for City. That's a fair point, Will. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fair one. Emerson, there's a few over the years, but Anyway, Fred is up there, to be fair. Fred is up there. But it is frustrating. To go back to the point that somebody was making earlier, it is frustrating that a lot of these players do it for their international teams, but don't do it for Manchester United. And maybe that is just a big fundamental problem at this club. The Saint says, Ajax and United are completely different animals. The whole Ajax club is youth teams up to succeed. That's right, the Saint, yes. Yeah, it is different. And there's just, Ajax do dominate that Dutch league as well. They're the biggest team in that league by a long way. Yeah, there's, this Feyenoord and there's FC20 and PSV Eindhoven. But really, Ajax is the team in Holland, aren't they? And so they just get the pick of the best bunch as well, the youth players, all the rest of it. And yeah, to be fair, what they're doing in the Champions League is amazing. A couple of seasons ago as well, getting to the semis. It's no mean feat. But is it enough to say that this is the right man to manage a huge club like United that needs to be challenging and winning for the Prem and the Champions Leagues? Not really for me, I agree. Poet Laureate the second says Joe for City. Oh, what a shout, mate. What a great shout. Who remembers Joe over at City? Is that Mark Hughes days, Poet Laureate? I don't know, but Joe at City, that is a great shout. Andreas Pereira, how could we forget, actually, Unkaya? How could we forget about Andreas Pereira? Hulk says Premot. Hulk was a bit of a meaty player, to be fair, Premot lad. Pretty decent player. Yeah, I remember Joe from City. That's an excellent shout. Oh, hang on. Joe Linton. Isn't Joe Linton Brazilian? Newcastle's Joe Linton as well, yeah? Isn't he Brazilian or is he from somewhere else? I think he's Brazilian. He is shit. He is absolutely fucking awful. He might be the winner of the overall worst Brazilian in the Premier League history competition. Anyway, right, okay. Let's get back into the chat. Hey, thank you, Robert Cobb, for subscribing to the channel. Nice one, Robert. Let's be having you. Get in there, my son. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Please do keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. But thanks very much for joining and getting in here anyway. Vinicius for Spurs was shite, says Fiona Gardner. Hey, Ashley Jenkins says, if Klopp became available tomorrow, would you take him, Pig? Ashley Jenkins, what a question. I mean, realistically, you just can't do it, can you? He's literally come from the scum. You can't do it. If he come direct from the scum as well, that's even worse. Like, if he left them and came to us, I mean, that's just disgusting. But in reality, that's what we need, is a manager like that who plays that attacking football, who can build something. He's got a winner's record as well. You know, that's sort of what we need. You know, I really hate to say it, I keep going on about it, but that is how we should be playing. We should be playing that sort of 4-3-3 attacking football, the way that they go about it. That's how I want us to play our football. Like, and it is a disgusting thing to say. It's like when David Moyes said, we need to aspire to be like Manchester City. Like, shut the fuck up, David Moyes, you ginger goblin. No wonder you got sacked saying shit like that. But in a way, it's like, well, look at the style of football we play now. We should be playing that style of football. So, you know, I wouldn't know. We couldn't have Klopp now, but if you could go back in time and appoint Klopp instead of, you know, Moyes or Louis or one of those guys back then before he's gone to Liverpool, then I would say, yeah, go and do that, because we probably would be in a better place playing good football and stuff, because he has proven himself to be a good coach. So, you know, I'm not going to pretend and say that, no, he's not a good coach, and no, we probably wouldn't be better off, because facts are the facts. He's obviously got that team playing good stuff. It's a fucking nightmare. But we definitely couldn't take him. We couldn't take him. No chance. No chance. Alex says he would take Klopp. No to Klopp, says Jay. Yes, definitely, says Mark Cloughlin. I mean, in some ways, yes, but in most ways, no. You can't be doing yourself dirty like that. Like I said, have you ever breathed next to Steven Gerrard, in which case you cannot be a Manchester United manager? Have you ever had saliva brush your face from the mouth of Jamie Carragher? In which case you cannot ever be associated with this football club. That's sort of how I feel as manager. That goes for Brendan Rodgers as well. Goes for any manager that is coming into this club. Like, you shouldn't have ever managed Liverpool as far as I'm concerned. Hey, we're on our way to 150 likes on the video, guys. Do leave a like. Helps us out on the YouTube algo, so do smash it. It's free to do. Give the old Kung Fu Canton our treatment. And get your final thoughts and opinions in here in the live chat. Rebel Tamua, what's going on? Says Roque Jr. at Leeds, Fumaka, Newcastle, Mineiro, Chelsea, Santos at Arsenal. Oh, nice, yeah. Some proper melters there. I like your style. Jaweed Basir says, I'm a Chelsea fan, but feel real bad for some Man United players as they try hard, but not good enough for Man United. Who are you talking about now, Jaweed? You're talking about players like Fred, McTominay. They do try hard. You're right, I've got no real problem with their effort levels. I have a problem with their performances, and I also have a problem with, you know, the system, because I do think that the system from Solskjaer, particularly a lot this season with the 4-2-3-1, asks way too much of Fred and McTominay in particular. If we're talking about isolating those guys, why did Solskjaer expect Fred and McTominay to do so much? He's expecting them to play like a bloody, I don't know, like a prime Keno and a Scalzi or something. Like just, you know, one marshalling and one bossing and pulling all the strings and creating. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. I don't know really what he's asking them to do, but you know, he definitely doesn't have Brian Robson out there. He definitely doesn't have Zidane or Pirlo, or he's got Fred and McTominay. These guys are not that standard yet. He's asking a lot of them with the system that he was playing with the players high up, and when we lose the ball high up, then on the counter we're just getting done. There's too much space that they have to cover. He's asking too much of them, and unfortunately, we've found out a lot this season. I think that is down to the coaching staff as well, the fact that we are playing with that system, because there is definitely a system out there that could make Fred look very good. And I think it would be something like, you know, if you played with a 4-3-3, but you're not asking a lot of your midfielders, look at how Liverpool play. I hate to say this, but with Milner, Keita, and, Henderson, right? You know, if you just had like Pogba, Bruno, and Fred, say, or even like Matic, Bruno, and Fred, something like that, I could see if you played a similar sort of system where you're just sort of asking them to set their stall out, and yeah, they are one of them's being creative and they are box to box to a degree, but really they're staying quite rigid in that midfielder and allowing the forward players to do what they do, and they're pressing and stuff like that together as a team, then I would suggest that it would benefit Fred a lot more than how we've played this season under the current system. So yeah, what can you say? I agree. Ollie said McTominay was his Roy Keane for fuck's sake. That is sickening, isn't it, Ashley Jenkins? Hey, Paul says bring back Moise. Moise got the job at a technicality of a legend who recommended him. He is nothing. He is a fool. Anyway, a waste of time. Good night. Okay, I see what you're saying, but nah, he's too small of a man for this big club, unfortunately. He's a West Ham star manager. He's an Everton star manager. He's not a United manager. Moups, hello, says Ollie at the wheel on Saturday. As Ollie would say, fantastic. Oh, I get to manage the lads again on Saturday. It's fantastic. Yeah, Moups, well, we'll see how he goes. I mean, we should smash up Watford, don't we? He's got to get sacked if we don't beat Watford, doesn't he? Like, he can't last another game if we don't beat Watford, surely. Come on. Come on. He can't get another game if he loses to Watford, can he? So, he is fighting for his job here, guys. Anyway, Fiona, did he really? Well, I mean, yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. Clueless, featuring Alicia Silverstone. Will O says, we have just hired a set-piece coach. We look worse than ever from set pieces. Yeah, what's that all about? I agree. A lot of the coaching staff need serious, their heads banging together, mate, in all honesty. Kaya says, does Van der Beek really leave United incoming January transfer window? I think so. If I was him, I'd be doing everything to leave. He's not getting any game time. Solskjaer's just basically stalled his career for a whole year here. It's actually been so frustrating for Donny. If I was him, I'd be desperate to leave, whether it's in a loan capacity, whether it's going back to Ajax on loan or anywhere. I'd just be desperate to go and play football. He doesn't seem like somebody at all who's content to just sit around on the sidelines. He ain't Phil Jones collecting his paycheck, driving his pink Lambo to work every day. He's not content. You could see that by him getting pissed off when Fred was brought off the bench in that game against whoever it was now in the Champions League for whoever it was, and he's brought Fred on, and Donny van der Beek's thrown his chewing gum out in disgust. He's like, not that guy. When I'm right here, he wants to play. So you can see that. Based on that, I think he leaves in January because Solskjaer hasn't given him anything to suggest that he will actually give him some chances. United will beat Watford, no doubt, in my mind, says the Saint. Hey, what's up, Exclusive? How you doing there, my man? I hope you're doing well today, my friend. Get in there. Hey, Exclusive, by the way, and some of you guys, I don't know if I might do a gaming stream a bit later on the gaming channel, yeah. I've downloaded Forza, the new Forza Horizon 5. It's on Game Pass. Some of you guys got Game Pass. Hit it up. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Also, I've also got that Halo Infinite downloaded too, so check it out. Anyway, keep a lookout on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to Flying Pig Gaming. Nice one. But yeah. Right, let's get back into the chat, guys. We're going to stick around for a bit. So, I am baffled how good Maguire is playing for England. Paul. Are you joking me, Paul? Are you joking me, Paul? Paul, don't take the piss out of me, Paul. Paul, are you taking the piss, Paul? Paul, what do you mean how good he's playing for England? You mean when we played against San Marino, a bunch of semi-pro bankers? Or when we played against Albania, a bunch of semi-pro farmers? What are you saying? I mean, Maguire is paid more than the entire fucking San Marino team put together, my friend. You know, what are we saying here? He's played well against San Marino and he's played well against fucking Albania and he's playing well for England? No, he's not. No, he's not. We're just playing a bunch of bloody supermarket shelf stackers. That's the reality of this situation, and they're professional footballers. If I got me and my mates together, we'd probably give them a game and lose 10-0. You know, that's how shit the team is that they're playing. Maguire is not doing well. He's shit. It's true. He's not doing well. He's shit. Just because he's doing it against San Marino for England with a team full of stars. Come on. Come on now. The guy has been awful all season long. I'll tell you what, though, in all honesty, you know, he was amazing in the World Cup and the Euros, to be fair to him. But this season, I'm not impressed by a game against San Marino or against Albania, bro. They're absolutely not. What I care about is what he does for Manchester United. I see him week to week. A lot of people blaming it on Solskjaer as well. What's funny about it is They say Solskjaer's system's shit, which makes Harry Maguire have some chicken dance foot problem or something and can't clear a simple ball away. That's not how it works, guys. He's making individual fundamental errors. Yeah, the system's shit. Yeah, it has invited pressure onto the defence at times. Yeah, disorganised. Absolutely. But individual errors costing Manchester United, committed by our captain Slabby at the back, is what has been my real biggest gripe with him. It's not that, in regards to Maguire, the system, yeah, that's not helping. But him individually, he's absolutely crumbled it this season so far. And I just want to emphasise that again to anybody that thinks that he's doing well for England. He's not doing well for England. It's just we played shit teams for England. If he was playing a good team, he'd probably do shit because he's shit. Okay, there you go. Slabby's starting to look world class in my opinion. This is exclusive. There you go. I'm sorry to say, that's just my opinion on it. You know, I hope he comes back and does well for United. I hope he can turn it around. Just got no faith that the man can do that because of what he's done this season for us, and even last season was bang average. He played a lot of games and he was much better than he was this season last season, but it still wasn't up to the standard that we need, that we're looking for. I think he meant the Euros, Pig. Well, if he meant the Euros, you know, that's fair enough. Like I say, he was good in the Euros. He was good in the World Cup. But recent form is fucking awful, regardless of scoring a header against Albania and San Marino. Hey, Gungshi, mate, what's going on? He says, hi, Pig and the Brigadiers. Didn't get a notificazione and just saw Piggy is live. For fuck's sake, what's going on with the YouTube noties, guys? Smash a 1 in the chat if you got a notification for this stream. Smash a 2 if you did not. That is annoying, isn't it? Hard to argue that one, Pig says the same. Jason Adams says, Pig, if you could give 3 United players a foot hero FIFA card, who would it be? Definitely would select Berber, Park Ji-sung. Pick the third. A hero card. I mean, Teddy Sheringham would be a pretty badass one, I would think. He did score in the final also of the Champions League final, so he is a definite hero there. And I'd probably go with, Massimo Taibi. Ang Cure says, I'm not rich, but here I share some for you. Support from Singapore. Anti-Glazers, dudes. Man, Ang Cure Hatun. I hope I'm saying that anywhere near right, my friend. But thank you so much for that, bro. Not rich, but here I share some for you. Man, thank you so much for that, Ang. Appreciate that. Guys, can we get a massive love heart in there for Ang Cure Hatun for the 698 SGD? And let's get those hashtag Glazers outs in there as well for Ang. There with a cheeky little green and gold emoji session. Thank you very much, Ang. I appreciate that one. Get in there. Nice one. Also, can we also just take a moment to say what a great community we got here, by the way, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who's in here daily, you know, interacting with me, you know, having different opinions to me and listening to my opinions, because obviously I'm just talking here. And just the fact that you guys are in here listening and sharing your thoughts about it, which obviously this is what's all about. Football is opinions. Everybody's got a different opinion. And we like to debate it and get stuck into it over here. But I just want to say, what an amazing community. Hashtag Bacon Brigade. Shout out to you guys for getting in here every day. Thank you very much. Once again as well, do us a favour and hit the thumbs up button. We're nearly at 150 likes, and subscribe if it's your first time here. I'll be around on here for another 5 minutes, so get involved, guys. Hey, Will O, 21 Nick P, thank you for the love hearts, bro. Will O says Ashley Cole. Okay, yeah, he would be a good hero card, to be fair, mate. I mean, surely he should be an icon, really. Like an icon. Yeah, he should be an icon card, really, in the coming years. Okay, so if Hazard disaster never happened, you think Everton would win European Cup, says Jawid Basir? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. It's a little bit before my time, really, to even know what sort of form Everton were in at that sort of time, to be honest with you, Jawid Basir. Just going to be honest, but probably not, because Everton don't really win that much, do they? So I'll probably say no. He is an icon, is he? Of course he is, 21 Nick B, yeah. Of course he is a fucking icon. So he couldn't be a hero, he's an icon. Exactly. Anyway, Ken Waller, thank you very much. He says, I'm not United, I think you're very entertaining, my dude. Thank you so much, Ken. Oh shit, just punched my microphone there. Ken, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you for that one. That's very kind. Who do you support then, Mr. Waller? Let us know. Thank you for subscribing as well there, Carlos Emilio Rivera Warner. What a fantastic name. Get in there, Carlos. Everton were very good in 1980, says Jawid Basir. Fair play. Well, maybe they would have done then. Like I say, I was born in 87. I don't really know, you know, obviously I know about the Hazard disaster, but I don't really know much about what sort of team Everton were going into that or around that time. So I couldn't really answer you, but I'd probably say no, because it's Everton end of the day. Andy Cole isn't an icon, says J Blood. How is Andy Cole not an icon? He scored fucking 42 goals in a season once, didn't he? Or was it 36? No, 36. Oh, this is when they had 40. They had more games in the season. I think they had 42 games in the season. He scored fucking 36 or something for Newcastle United. And then he scored a lot for United as well. That guy definitely deserves an icon card, man. 100%. Definitely. And Dwight York. How do we not have a Dwight York card, mate, on Foot Ultimate Team, mate, in all seriousness? That is a shambles. I've got this strong feeling Ollie will make top 3 again, says 007. He needs to win something, though. He should do that. It should be minimum target for us, really. But we've got to win something, I believe. Absolutely, the Saint says, non-Man United fans, welcome here. It's great. Sheffield Wednesday, nice one, Ken Warner. Nice one. We've got a couple of Sheffield Wednesday fans around the gaff, I think. The Saint is Sheffield United. Yeah, there you go. We got the old Blades in here as well represented. Yeah, the red and blue side of Sheffield, the Steel City there, my friends. Bobby Charlton icon. You know what, Chris Barker? That's the one that pisses me off the most, dude. That's the one that pisses me off the most. Of all the players that deserve to have an icon card on FIFA, it is Bobby Charlton, mate. He's literally, up until recently, was England and Manchester United's all-time goal scorer before, Rooney's obviously overtaken him. And he did it from midfield. And the guy just had a wicked left foot, wicked right foot, banged them in from distance with those heavy level balls. He would be an amazing icon too. Those long shots with Bobby, my goodness me, unstoppable. So yeah, I can't believe that they don't have one for him, in all honesty. There's a bunch, isn't there? I'd love it if they had a Duncan Edwards one as well. That would be amazing. Just like get Duncan Edwards on there and just have him to be one of the best players in the game, just because he should be. Right then. Anyway, Teddy Sheringham's a great shout, Ken. Yes, I agree. Ipswich Town recently been champions of England, then Spurs and Derby County recently the Spurs, says Jawed Basir. Crikey, we're going back sometime, eh? Imagine a Dwight York and Andy Cole icon, they'd be a strike force for real. Jay Brother, I would like it if they had something like that with those icons, where if you had some sort of chemistry bond, like certain players on a list, like it just gives them an extra little chemistry boost or something, like if they had some sort of awesome relationship, like Rio and Vidic, that would be awesome. Chris Barker, fair play, it is a bit. Oliver Hunter says, when do you think Ollie is going to get the sack? I'm going to say the end of December. I think around Christmas sort of time, maybe. I think we could be fading at that time. Depends what he does, obviously. He could surprise a few people, but I don't think he'll be able to hang on to his job too much longer. I think they might make the chop just before the Jan window to entice somebody to come in and say, yeah, you can spend just a little bit of money in January and get somebody in. So I think that might happen. Fergie99 says, Joelington, more like Joel from down the pub. Imagine York and Co up front on FIFA. Yeah, I'm frothing. That would be amazing, Fiona, yes. Hey, Gary Delaney, thanks so much for subscribing, Mr. Delaney. Welcome aboard, my friend. Get in there, Jason Adams as well. Adi Bayo deserves a foot hero card the most, in my opinion, from the Premier League. He was a great player for Arsenal and City. He does, yeah, he was a fantastic player, Adi Bayo. And also, who remembers that celebration? Like, I hate Manchester City, obviously, but that was pretty fucking awesome. Where after he signed for City, when he left Arsenal, and then he scored, and he runs all the way to the Arsenal supporters to celebrate in front of them wearing the City shirt. I mean, that was ultimate shithousery from him there, wasn't it? Fair fucking play to Emmanuel Adebayor for that one. That goes down in history as some fine shithousery to me. I wish the players had the passion that you have. Maybe they'd play better. Thank you, Victor Davies. I appreciate that, dude. Right back at you, my lad. If Chelsea do you the big, exactly, Ken Warner. If we're 12 points or more behind the first in the league, surely he's going to have to get sacked. If United get hammered by Watford, Ollie will be sacked. Precisely, you can't not beat Watford, can you? If we don't beat Watford, he'll get sacked after that one game, Johnny. It's a good point. Rupert Meadow, hello. What if Ollie loses to Chelsea? Could get sacked. Yeah, he's going to have to win his next few games. Gungshi has been a member of this channel for 23 months, dude. That is nearly 2 whole years, man. Come on. Get in there, my friend. Thank you so much, Gungshi. He says, Piggy, I missed Don Piglioni last night as I was feeling gashtastic after my jab. I watched some of it today, though. Great stuff. Oh, thank you so much, Gungshi. I appreciate you. Yeah, if anybody missed the career mode episode yesterday, you can go back and watch it. But can we just celebrate Gungshi for a moment? He's literally been a channel member and supported this channel now for nearly 2 whole years. and he's watched for way longer than that also. So just much love to Don Gungshilioni over in Taiwan. Absolute Don Consigliere over in Asia, Mr. Gungshi. Huge love to you over there, my friend. Thank you so much for continuing to support this show for 2 years nearly, my friend. Hashtag 23 months and love hearts for Gungers right now, guys. Legend, you're absolute legend, my son. Thank you. Right then, I guess we're going to wrap this one up then, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. That's the latest. So Zidane to Man United, I guess it's a maybe if you believe the reports. Maybe there's a little tiny bit of progress that's being made. If you also believe the reports, privately United have perhaps decided to move on from Solskjaer, if you believe a lot of the reports that are coming out today. Absolutely, Sean Dyche is a rude bastard, is he, Gungshi? 21 Nick P has been a member for 11 months as well with a highlighted member comment. That's nearly a whole year as well. Come on. Hey, 21 Nick P, thank you so much for being a channel member and supporting this channel for a year. He says, nearly a year, Pig. Keep up the good work, lad. Mate, that is stunning. Thank you very much for being a member for a whole year as well. Or nearly a whole year as well. That is amazing, 21 Nick P. And he's wearing the piggy hat, mate. Where's my piggy hat? Oh, I don't have it to hand. But he's wearing the piggy hat as well in his picture. What a fucking legend. 21 Nick P, get in. Primos says the Gung father. Absolutely. Ultimate Team stream tonight, Jason Adams. Yes, indeed. Also, keep a lookout over on the gaming channel. So I'm going to do a Forza Horizon stream or maybe a Halo Infinite stream or something like that in a bit. I'm feeling saucy. So go over there, subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming. In fact, let me see if I've got a message here that will pin it. Oh, here it is. Aaron Homeyard, you Don. Look at this, guys. Everyone, do us a favor. Go and raid this channel, right? To be fair, it's my other channel. It's called Flying Pig Gaming. But I've just pinned it to the top of the live chat. There it is. Flying Pig Gaming. Click that link. That'll take you over there. Subscribe to that channel. Click the bell over there. Then you'll get a notification when we post and go live over there in a bit. Huge love, Gungshi. Shout out to the Bacon Brigade and the Hamada. That's like 23 kids, says Robin Corkmaz. What is 23 quid? Robin? Sorry, what's that? What's 23 quid? Stay safe, says the Saint. Yes, indeed. Thanks for getting in here. Great to see you back in here recently as well, the Saint, man. Absolute top lad and a long-time legend. What time roughly for the gaming stream, Piggy? I'll be at work. Don't know. 7? I'm not too sure at this moment in time. Keep a look out though. 7 p.m.ish maybe? Exclusive, thank you for getting in here. Absolute legend. Primot, all the moderators, thank you so much. Victor Davies, Jason Adams, 007. Aaron Homeyard's been a member for 20 months as well. Get in. Hashtag 20 months for Aaron Homeyard and some love hearts to end on, guys. Mate, that is sick as well. Thank you so much for being a member of this channel for 20 whole months. He says, love the community and the pig and everyone. Thank you so much, Aaron. No, really, thank you very much for all that you do for this channel as well, sharing the streams out on Twitter. Like, he's always doing it. He's always sharing it and, you know, like, telling people to like the streams and stuff. He's a fucking legend, man. Thank you so much, Aaron Homeyard, as well. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. 20 months. Get in there, my son. Like I was saying, this is a pretty exceptional community around here. So thank you, everyone, for getting in here, listening to my football thoughts and getting your own thoughts in there, and also supporting this channel, even though you don't have to, and it's all free. It's amazing. Thank you very much. Wiggy, much love as well. Thank you, Primot, Aaron Homeyard, Gungshi, Wiggy, Progressing. 26 months, get in there, Progressing. Robin Corkmaster's 23 months subscription. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Robin Corkmans. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? I know, it's fucking awesome, Robin Corkmans, man. Thank you to all the channel members. I really appreciate them all. Right, guys, we're going to wrap up this video there. Do us a favor before you go, hit the like, hit the subscribe, click the link at the top of the live chat. Go and subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming as well. We'll be doing a stream over there shortly. And get yourself involved after this video is finished. If you want to have your say in the not live comments, just come back when it's finished and get your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, make sure you twat that subscribe button, click the little bell icon so you get notified when we post, and keep a lookout for all the upcoming videos. We'll bring you the latest United news and goings on as it happens. So we'll try to do it in a no bullshit, no clickbait way as well. So, you know, obviously we're talking about Zidane to Man United today. That is the big story. You know, there's a certain level of speculation with stuff like this, but ultimately, you know, we're not going to, there's going to be no done deal talk around here or any sacked business until there's actual official word. So get your thoughts in, though, after this is finished, and get yourself involved with the community. Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Dizzy, Robin, Progressing, Gungshi, Wiggy, Aaron, and everybody else. Robin, that's going to be it from me. Have a great day. This is the Pig. Take it easy. And come on, United. Sort your freaking lives out now. We're going to smash up Watford. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they sing, sardines would be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. So